Blah, blah, blah. Too much energy. We are live now.
Oh, we're live.
We are live.
Good evening.
Good evening to our beautiful community, you beautiful people out there. Are you enjoying December? Are you enjoying December?
Kind of actually, yeah. It's got this first week has been super quick though. I don't really know where it's gone. But it was today when it was all frosty and me and one of the students were out taking some photos of the hedgerows and stuff like that, and I thought, oh my goodness, I actually feel like I'm in a bit of a winter wonderland.
Oh, that's lovely.
So from today, yeah, I think it's kicked in.
I love that the frostiness has kicked in like that feeling for you, because this morning I had an MOT and scraping the ice off the outside and the inside of my car.
She was due today. I was a week early though. Yeah. It's first time.
It's happening.
That has been being booze free this year. I've not been completely organised, but I've been way more organised, but just from those extra bits of time.
If that's not enough of a reason to stop drinking, or to at least take a break and see if it gets any better.
To finally get your MOT booked in time, like, it's like, honestly, this is a big achievement for me.
100%. Like, I'm with you next year. My goal, I've decided, and you can come along with us. Next year, I'm giving up tobacco and alcohol. I'm doing it. Both of them.
What? You heard it here first.
You heard it here. So alcohol, you already know, like, I don't really drink that much anyway. I'm more of a social drinker. But I feel like that would be too easy. So
tobacco's mine too, so I'm going nicotine free.
Oh, so we can like hug each other and support each other through it.
This whole like, this isn't going to be the same in the new year. We'll be like,
real serious. Today's news said something really intelligent that we're not going to be covering today. But you can follow along with us. You can follow along building new resolutions for 2024.
Resolution you decide. That's the cool thing about this book. There's 12 prompts, so you choose a prompt each month, but the prompts are so open. Like, for example, one is a week without, and I think what I'm going to do is a week without pressing the snooze button and actually set my alarm early and actually get out of bed.
That's a hard one as well.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if I can do it for, well, I know it's just a week, so I can do something for a week, surely, and then I might enjoy it, who knows?
So that's the thing, right? Do you want to explain more about how these are only like trying things for like a week? How these are set out?
So there's a week without something, and then also a week with something.
And how do you apply them to the year?
So you can either do it in order. You can just randomly pick. You could cut them out and put them all in a jar and pick one out every month. Even on the back, there is space to keep a note of what you did and the date that's on the back of the actual card. So if you do cut them out, you're still going to have that place to keep a note of. But yeah, so a week without something, a week with something, do something totally new, a month without something, a month with something, go somewhere new, learn a new something. So that can be something so simple. You know, it doesn't have to be something that's going to take you all month. It doesn't have to be something that's going to take you all.
It doesn't have to be like Japanese, but it could be origami or I don't know.
Even like for years, I just wanted to know more about crystals, but I just never got round to like researching it.
Right? I have just got into crystals. I am so into crystals. I think my excitement made my balls low.
I can hear mine clicking away above my head.
Can you hear them on the stream? Are they really annoying?
Let us know if you can hear them clicking. I like them though.
I'm like transferring my energy into them and then like back down to
It's like a bit of input, isn't it? You can like feel it.
Do you like my Christmas top, by the way? This is my whole mood right now after last week. If you saw like the chaos of it being on Thursday.
And us both having meltdowns. Just putting up with it.
Is my entire being right now.
Absolutely love it. And it's made me think I need a Christmas inspired outfit before December is out. I've got no Christmas jumper, no. Because the thing is, I don't really like buying new things, and especially then if it's a Christmas themed thing, I've got to keep it all year till next year.
I know exactly what you mean. The fact this was $3.99 from Home Bargains when I was there today.
Yeah, like couldn't resist, and why should you? That is absolutely amazing.
My trip to Home Bargains, my word. All I needed, this is why I'm giving up tobacco. This is what decided it for me. All I needed was a lighter. I went to the corner shop. There's a sign on it back at 12:30. And I'm like, nah.
So you went to Home Bargains for a lighter and then came away with...
Well, I thought if I'm going to go there, I might as well go and pick up a few things. So I walked around and decided it'd be fun to make a vlogmas on having a Christmas for my cats. So I got them costumes, a little gingerbread house, like crackers. I don't know how they're going to pull them. But I'm walking around like buying all this stuff and my lighter. And then I get to the checkout and she's like, have you got your ID? Have you got your ID?
The lighters. So what? So you couldn't even get them?
It's not cute anymore. When I've got my ID, I'm like, oh, thanks for the compliment. When I've not got my ID, I'm like, it's not funny. Like, I'm an old ass, grown ass woman with wrinkles and bills.
That's buying a Christmas setup for her cats.
Like,
of course, she is in her 30s.
I've just been and done my MOT. My life is so 31 years old. It's unbelievable. And I had no makeup on. Like with now, like it's kind of like, you know, I could pass for, you know, she's young, she's good looking. That's what I'm saying.
It's 25 or whatever, isn't it? That's what they fall back on.
Even that, no 25-year-old has the wrinkles that I have on my eyes or on my forehead. Literally, I'm like Gordon Ramsay in the forehead.
I'm like, not that I'm promoting Botox, but I'm like, well, try something totally new. Not really.
Get my face up.
We do not need those chemicals in our body. So, do you think we should wrap up this?
Get your New Year's different resolution.
Wow.
I might try learning how to talk.
Play the intro.
Play that intro. Oh my God.
Why is it like this? The haters should be loved, we invited. You don't agree, then you're the problem that we're fighting. Open up your mind, stand up, become righteous. Why is it like this? Instead of haters should be loved, we invited. You don't agree, then you're the problem that we're fighting. Open up your mind, stand up, become righteous.
What? You nearly missed that. You didn't miss that. You did miss that. She nearly fell off the bed.
I was so desperately trying to grab this glass of water and reappear in time that I misplaced my hand.
It's really not the best studio setup. We're like on the corner of a bed with no like tables.
I spent my Wednesday evening sitting with my mate on her childhood bed chatting. It's literally like the dream.
Now you put it like that. You've made me feel like I've just dissed my own like stuff, and I'm like, no, I feel like embarrassed that I didn't own my own.
It's
yeah, you know what?
beautiful.
It's okay. It's cute.
It's a cool little setup, and I think when we do change to bigger things, we'll miss it.
We'll have a green screen of this backdrop.
Yeah, wherever we are.
Never forget where you came from.
Don't like change, so we're sticking with this.
Exactly. Speaking of not liking change, we're actually going to make a few changes today. We're changing law. We're changing policy. There are too many Christmas traditions that some are just old, they're tired, some I don't understand, some I love and I want to protect with all my life. So, yeah, Christmas tradition tier list. And this started off because of your Advent post on A Different Human Design. If you're not following, why aren't you following? Go and follow now.
On Instagram and give my digital Advent calendar some love.
Open that door every day.
Yeah. But before we go into the traditions, the whole thing of change, I was thinking earlier how Christmas itself can be quite stressful for the neurodivergent community, because you were talking, you did a vlogmas on decorating the tree. And it really got me thinking, like, I find the whole decoration so claustrophobic and, like,
That's so interesting to
busy and
me.
chaotic, and I can't wait to take them back down.
I think my mum's very similar. If she could get away with not putting the tree up, she'd probably do it.
I didn't last year. I didn't put the tree up.
It's just not that interesting to her. Yeah. And I think it's the same. It just looks cluttered. Stuff's just everywhere. It doesn't really match the normal living room setup. Yeah. But that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's that, and then there's the excitement element. So when I was home tutoring, a lot of the younger ADHD kids are getting unbearable for their parents at this point, because not only are they like excited, it's coming out as rage, it's coming out like, it's just too much. Like, there's a lot of change. There's there's all this expectation of Santa's coming, so you better be good. And
yeah, Santa gets used a lot as like bribery, right? I know Halloween is big for kids because candy is like currency. Yeah. But then it goes into like Santa territory, and it's like I can try and control my best. I've seen parents like get calls from Santa.
I was just going to say,
like texting Santa.
You should hear the lies I have heard that get spun to kids. So even things like, like sensors that flash in the corner of the room, like
motion.
Yeah, they're Santa cameras. Smoke detectors, they're Santa cameras.
Those air freshener things.
Yeah, the series as well. The little Amazon Dot and things like those things that are in.
Oh, the Alexa.
Yeah, like that. They're Santa's listening through them.
Hilarious.
And it's like, wow. In a world where you can't give your kid a good old slap anymore, you got to literally use any
means
from
necessary.
October, Santa is watching every device in the house.
That's so funny. That's Kat said something. Always good for Santa bribes. They're obviously very well used in Kat's house. I love that. That's so funny. Hey, use what you've got to use. Parents, it's a tough world out there, and you got to get by.
The other thing that I've heard recently parents talking about is how they don't want to give Santa credit for the presents. So it's like, only one present's from Santa. And then it got me thinking. I was like, no, my mum, like, there was always one present from mum and dad, but then the rest she'd put from Santa on all of them.
I had one present from Santa, and it was normally like one I'd got from like a school event, like, or like fish rod, or like actually going to Santa's grotto. I'd get that from Santa, and the rest, my mum was like, "This is from me, not your dad, not Santa. No one. It's from me. I paid for this."
I always know my mum had picked everything and sorted everything anyway.
My dad was a nutter buying me presents. He'd buy me ones from like one of my teddy bears, or like he'd buy me one from my hamster
Yeah, that's cool. My mum still get I'll still get a Christmas present from Flint the cat, and I'm happy about that.
I love that.
Yeah, and Miss Sarah had one from the dog for all those years, and always the pet's got as a present, and we'd be like, especially now we're older as adults, we're like, ooh, aren't they clever? Getting to the shop and buying this bar of chocolate for me. But yeah, I'm game.
I love that so much. I feel like we're covering stuff that we could literally be talking about when it comes to the traditions.
Let's give it some structure then.
Traditions. I can't seem to talk, which is really useful for what I want to do. So, this is a tier list. You asked me, what is a tier list?
Yeah.
This time I suggested this.
That, to me, is what I use with my emotion coaching and things like that with the young people, of mild, their mood kind of thing. Literally that colour scheme.
Okay.
Where we're talking about, getting closer to meltdown. So what does it look like? What does it feel like? But they're the colours.
Yeah.
Looking at that like...
So
okay.
Sorry, I'm getting confused about which... I'm using this mouse, thinking it's on this screen, and it's not. It's on this screen, being shown on this screen. I'm losing my mind, and I realise I just look like I'm ignoring you.
Okay. I'm talking to the audience. Hold on, let me see what Kat's saying.
Oh my God, why can't I just have it?
Oh, wow, that is so cool. Did you know about this, Steph?
What's that?
Kat says one of her Christmas traditions is to follow Santa on Christmas Eve on the digital world map. Kids love checking where in the world Santa is. It's a great idea for little curious minds.
Oh, whoever made that website, literally, like, you must get letters of thank you more than Santa gets, like, actual letters from kids. Thank you for making this website. Like,
I'm gonna do.
that's such a, like,
I want to see where he is on Christmas Eve.
futuristic. Can you imagine telling a Victorian child that you're able to, in the future, digitally see where Santa's been? I mean, there's so mix of, like, real and
Yeah,
still real. You know, Santa's real. I'm not about to ruin that for anyone.
we have a big responsibility with our knowledge on Santa.
100%. I've got him on speed dial, I'm not going to lie. And when I've got kids, he's being used.
Oh yeah,
He's being contacted a lot.
I'm sure you'll be using that as a fallback.
Oh, and all the tricks. All the tricks. I'm open to all of the suggestions and the tricking my kids to get them to do what I need. So, the first one is advent calendars. What are we saying? So basically, I didn't explain what a Christmas tier list or a tier list in general is. So S tier just stands for, like, I think it's superior. It's like the ultimate. It's above A. There's nothing wrong with it. It is the creme de la creme. And then obviously working its way down to F. So because we're doing it with things that we should be putting in the bin or necessarily changing, or they're amazing, F is get in the bin.
Yeah,
We're getting rid of this tradition.
F it.
It has no value. These are they can making changes. Do you know what I mean? Like a few changes, change a lot. This reel needs a revamp. And then up here is when you're starting to be like, you know what? It's pretty good. I like it. Perfect. So we're going to be placing them there. And give your argument, give your idea. And I want to see in the chat as well, where do you think it should be?
Okay.
So the first one is advent calendars. So there's multiple types. There's like the little.
I am an absolute massive fan. My only complaint is I've not got one this year.
Oh,
That is the only downfall there. I usually am the one buying them for other people. You know, like a few years ago, I bought it for my boyfriend and his flatmate. Because I do think they're really cool. I think regardless of what you get. I saw on Lily from Flamingo AFs.
yes.
She, on her Instagram or whatever it was, she had got a crystal calendar, and I was like,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I would be down with that. And I think, to be honest, we're not at the 12 yet, other than there are 12-day ones, isn't there? So maybe I'll get one before that.
Yeah, definitely. It's I'm kind of mixed feelings when it comes to the chocolate ones. Love them. Love that other people love them. I forget every morning.
Yeah, but that's even better then, because then you've got like a 3-day backlog. Like, you start smash them.
There's something weird to me that I sit there as an adult on my sofa, just like about to go bed, thinking, oh, there's no munch, and then thinking, oh, wait, there's 6 chocolates in my hand. And then I'm there, like, trying not to wake my partner up, just like picking at the foil, just being like, then like cracking the box and being like, just for a tiny little, and then you eat it and you're like, tiny little bit of like, I'm done with chocolate calendars. I am personally done with them. Everyone else is, you know, I'm not trying to take them away from anyone, but I am done.
Cheese calendar though, I seen one of those in the shop earlier.
Does it stay in the fridge?
Yeah, you have to keep it in the fridge. Yeah.
I don't know if I've got enough space in my fridge.
Yeah, it was like it was about that big.
Maybe I could put it. Oh, to be fair, you could just put it on its side, couldn't you? It doesn't have to be. I'm thinking it has to be upright.
Yeah.
The best advent calendar I ever got was from Glossy Box.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the subscription service. It was like 70 quid, which like everyone was like, my partner was like, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just a me, from me to me kind of gift. And there was about 240 quid's worth of products in it.
Nice.
And he was telling me like, oh, it's going to be like little eye pencil sharpeners and things like that. It was insane. I was getting Anastasia Beverly Hills. I was getting like, it's like high-end makeup. Like there was palettes. There was like still stuff that I use today.
Nice.
And I don't have any money anymore, so I can't even splurge on me. I'm not doing a me-to-me justice there if I get myself one. So one day I will get myself another cool makeup related one, but
I'm convinced that advent calendars have got to be a win then, just because that sounds amazing. And then I'm just reading Kat's response about it as well, saying that the kids really love it. They love finding the number. That was something that I used to really love as a kid, looking for the number.
I am looking at this on an adult's perspective, aren't I? Of looking for the number is fun as a kid. As an adult, I'm like, why can't I find 4? 4 ain't on here.
And how many days left as well? Because that was always the thing when you know more of the picture gets destroyed, the closer to the actual big day it is.
Do you remember those ones as well, the chocolate ones? There's some that go up to New Year. And I remember my mum getting me one like that one year, and then the year after, it ended on the 24th.
Yeah,
I remember
not even Christmas Day.
I got up on Christmas Day just like, first things first, chocolate. There's no chocolate. And my mum was just like, oh no, why would there be? And I was like, what do you mean? Today is Christmas. Today is the last day. Surely.
I've literally had that conversation with my mum too. I think I must have been younger and living at home. And she was like, well, today's Christmas. You're going to get chocolate like today. You don't need one. And I was like, what? Like,
tiny bit of chocolate.
Yeah, sometimes they do only count down to Christmas Eve. They don't have that finale one. But that glossy box one, I'm still thinking about that. I'm like,
I'm not even joking.
Amazing.
I wonder if they've got one this year.
Well, I'm not sure if this is one of the traditions, but Kat mentions Christmas Eve boxes.
Oh, what? I've heard of this. What is a Christmas Eve box?
Well, what she's said is that she'd rather advent calendar over a Christmas Eve box if she was going to do one or the other type thing.
Okay.
But the Christmas Eve box, I think that's got like new pajamas. I think it's a new thing in it.
Yeah, I feel like I remember a few of my friends do it with their families. Like the night before, everyone will get new pajamas and like a new like water flask or like a new film or like just something like a face mask or something that's just like cute slippers, some chocolates and
mine and Kat's Christmas Eve tradition. Been thinking about this, Kat, so make sure you're thinking about mine. Is we swap books.
I remember finding this out last year and I thought that was the cutest thing ever. That's so sweet. And you spend like all year thinking like what this book will be.
Well, it's more about like just being aware and then trying to because Kat's really good at picking out books for me. I'm less good, I think.
I'm sure she wouldn't say that.
But we both love reading, so it's cool to get a book on Christmas Eve and you can chill and read your book.
100%.
I love books. You can literally can't go wrong. I think it might be, correct me if I'm wrong, Kat, a Swedish tradition. In Norway, we read it that it's a tradition somewhere else.
Okay.
And we thought, well, we'll definitely make that our tradition. We love books.
Oh, I love that. That's really sweet.
That advent calendar looks wicked.
So it's like, it's massive. When it came, I'm like, yes, so much. And it's heavy.
I don't need all that new stuff though, but it does look so cool.
I got this like 2019, and I know you shouldn't keep makeup for that long, but I've still got most of the stuff in here.
I bet you could use that as like a little drawer storage thing after. Was it that kind? Was it?
Oh, my brain does work like that, but I've literally got like a doom room that everyone knows about, and it will just live in there, and I'll be like, oh, what will I ever use this for? Yeah. So like some stuff got used, like the boxes got used to like just to generally pack stuff away, but it just got chucked away. I got persuaded. Don't know if I was waiting for it to say
hello, Skull Lord. Yo,
Skull Lord. Rock on, dude.
Kat says yes, it is a Sweden tradition.
Yeah, look at this shit. Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, tell us what advent calendar you would want then. What gifts would be the best gifts for you to receive? Like I say, crystal one for sure. I think that's amazing.
I need to see this.
Oh my goodness. I've not even done this like and Googled it, but now I'm like definitely gonna finish what we're doing tonight and order one. Hey, Darren, shout out.
These are so cute.
I hope you're well, my man. We're just looking up advent calendars. Do you have an advent calendar? Because I don't. And I'm feeling jealous of everyone that does right now.
Seeing a theme that advent calendars for adults seem more aimed at women. Are there any men's?
Yeah, there is, because I saw one on Amazon that I wanted to get, believe it was so expensive, but it was all men's products. It looked really cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
To be fair, it still needs to be someone into male grooming.
Yeah. Like, well, you can get like I say, cheese ones. You can get booze ones with like different booze in.
He's advent calendar. Was this it?
No, it wasn't that particular one, but
crackling cheese. 40 quid.
Aussie stew.
I'll spend 70 on food.
Oh, that makes. Does it make me feel better? No, I think you should have one, mate. It's a shame that I didn't get my butt in gear and get one in the classroom.
So, maybe shout out to all the girlfriends out there. If you wanted to do something nice for your boyfriend, you're like, oh, I never know what to get him for Christmas. Maybe a more cool approach is to get him an advent calendar and make it up yourself. And then by the time it gets to Christmas, you can get away with like a half decent present.
One of my friends' mums had done that for him.
I love that.
Like a gift advent calendar. She must have given it him in like a Christmas set because he was like, God, don't you just love my mum? Like, how cute is this?
That is the sweetest thing.
Yeah. Right then. So where we're going to put advent calendars? Do we rate them?
For me, it can't go S tier.
I was going to say they're not. Yeah, they can't be perfect because there's too much variation. It's not one thing, is it?
25th door sometimes isn't there? So I argue A. What do you think?
Yeah, it was in like keep it.
Yeah.
There's loads of variation. There's loads of ways to do it. You can even
there was a suggestion for fixing it, so maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to love the ones even just with pictures when I was younger. We had a few of them, and then you just close them back up for next year, then to do it again next year.
I'm not gonna lie, as a kid, I'd have opened that and been like, what's this? Where's the chocolate? I remember once I got a tooth came out and
what, out of the calendar?
No.
That's
oh my god, worst calendar ever. Why do I feel like Tara would be listening to this like, I wouldn't mind that, it's pretty gothic.
Yeah, Kat saying keep it, we've got to keep
it. The a tooth came out. I was waiting for the tooth fairy. Obviously I went to bed, woke up, and there was like 5 20p's, a whole pound, and I was like, quids in. The next time I lost a tooth, I got a £1 coin. I did not understand that this wasn't the same amount of money, and I lost mine. I was like, I have been shortchanged. What is this? And my mum was like, no, that's the same amount of money. This many coins, and my brain just wouldn't accept it.
Yeah, like,
that doesn't make sense. There's more here. There's less here.
This is not adding.
You're telling me there's more money here. I can see it, mother.
That's where your mistrust issues began.
It was way before that. Building snowmen.
Wow. This is something that you have nostalgia around, isn't it? And think, what a great idea till you start. And then your hands feel like they're being sawn off. It's like... Then you get in and think, oh, I'll warm them up over the radiator. And then you get chilblains. Like, this is horrendous. I
was expecting when you were like, well, for you to be like, it's the best. And then you literally like, it's great, isn't it? Till you get cold. And it's like, well, honestly, I've made one snowman in my life. And I posted it on Instagram like a few years ago. And it's like this big. I've just never been able to. It doesn't snow that often. Yeah. And when it does, I missed the snow the other day. Did you see the snow the other day?
Yeah.
Did you make a snowman then?
No, but I was clearing the car and like Lee was stood nearby, like he was doing something on his phone, and I was like sweeping it perilously close to it. Like, just giving me the look like, I dare you to get me. I'm like, I'm going to throw a snowball. I'm like, I'm going to throw a snowball at it. He's like, don't. Okay. Yeah, it's like, he's really not in the mood for like any snowballing, but... Again, I'd have started that and then hated it when I'd got wet and cold and like, ugh. I did make a snowman once when I was a kid, and I was in my first ever house, so I was under the age of 5. And I remember just watching out the window as the 2 older lads from over the street kicked it to bits. Like, I was so upset. Just like, why are they doing that to my snowman? I wanted to go out and tell them off, but I was like only a child. I know, yeah, like lads, like you just watch me spend all day on that. Like,
I don't know what I'd rather, a tooth in my advent calendar or my snowman's head rolling down the street.
I know. I would like to say I was only like 4. It stuck with me.
Okay, well now I feel maybe a little more thankful that I haven't had to experience the grief, because that has been a thing. I've not made a snowman, but I've also not experienced the grief of coming back and being like, he's gone.
Yeah, exactly. The snowman film.
Oh, God.
That was a tradition for us every Christmas. My grandma and granddad.
Same. And then they brought out the second one. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I was like, how much sadder can it be? I'm ready for this. There's this bit, because it's the dog. It's the snow dog. Oh, I'm just not, it's Can't talk about it. Sorry. Way too harsh. But snowmen.
Snow angels.
Snow angels.
Snow angels all the time. They're quite fun as long as you get up quick enough or it's all soaked onto your body again.
The common theme here, you don't like being cold and wet.
Yeah, no, I hate it. Do you know what I struggled with when I was making the advent calendar, though? I was like, when was the last... Well, actually, I don't want to give away what one of the things is, but...
Tune in.
I didn't want to write the word snowman because I was like, it's a snow person, surely. But then I was like, I can't write snow person. That's ridiculous. Like... Even I think that's like sounds ridiculous. Then I was like, shall I write snowman and snow woman? And then I was like, no, you can't do that either. And in the end, I avoided the whole subject. So
No,
I had to write it.
I consider myself pretty woke, and I'm sure many people will. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure snowman is okay. Let's look.
Well,
Is snowman
it's just it's not
politically
is it?
correct?
We don't want to get cancelled over this.
That's the Daily Mail, Daily Record. No offense, not taking any of that outcry as serious.
Yeah, snow person. Oh, so the BBC have already tried it. Thank God I didn't. Then, if people got slammed for it.
When they say angry viewers, though, it means like 2 people wrote a letter.
Yeah.
It's just like
so
you kind of go, ugh.
Snowmen, then snow lumps.
Let's be honest.
Snow characters.
Snowman looks like a man. A snow woman looks like a snow woman. These are. I mean, I don't mean to. Again, I'm getting cancelled here by the. You don't know what gender binary is.
It's just a snow.
These are outward passing masculine representations of men. So,
Bin snowman. Snowman.
That is most certainly a snow woman.
Hey, oh, there's a snow woman.
There you go. It's quite easily to tell the difference. That is terrifying.
That is the trouble. If I just talk about snowmen, no one's ever talking about snow women.
Justice for snow women.
Well, maybe we need to raise awareness. I'm going to start an awareness campaign on snow women. Those poor unsung heroes of Christmas. Nobody ever thinks of the snow women, do they?
I just keep looking at this picture and thinking of some like serious charity advert, just like £2 a month you can help keep this snow woman alive. Cancel me. Cancel me. Do you know what? I've had so much fun. I was gonna stick snowman quite low down. I feel like you stuck down.
No, they can't be superior.
It's not as good as advent calendars.
No.
There's a lot that could be changed.
Yeah.
It could be warmer.
Yeah, I was going to say, ice and gifts every day do not come in anywhere near the same category.
Chocolate in the fridge, though.
Did you see the post I tagged you in of our beautiful friend that we met at Community Festival, Deb's Instagram, the ice bath that she got into?
Yes. And I was like, find me an ice bath, because that could be Vlogmas material. But where do I find one? But my God.
Oh my, don't do it alone, or you might just die, and then just like catch your final moment.
Debs she went off and did it on her own the first time, didn't she?
Yeah. Shout out, mate, because I seen that watching, she cracked the ice.
Who's done an ice bath? Get it in the chat if you've done an ice bath, or if you have one that you can offer me to use. A barrel of ice. Something. Yeah, I'm down.
So that Steph can get in it now.
I wussied out at Community Festival.
I'm ready. On cold showering again.
No, thank you.
That says that Ez, her eldest daughter, likes to hit the snow off of trees and plants with her hanger, and she spends hours doing it. She loves watching the snow fall. It's kind of like blossom in spring, though. I shake the trees. Definitely. When the blossom's ready to fall. I love that.
It's like, I'm not waiting for it to snow. I'm going to make it snow right now, whenever I want, wherever I want. Ding, ding, ding.
It's what we love about Ez.
See, it's a brilliant mind.
She's always teaching.
Making her life the way she wants it.
Yeah.
Yes. Where are we putting snowman?
D.
I agree. What time are we on? We're already like halfway through and we've put like, we need to like speed run some. Okay. Candy canes.
Oh, yeah, and they're not. Bin 'em, actually. Bin 'em. What even are they? They just stick to your teeth. I love mints. Candy canes.
I don't like peppermint. It gives me hot. I'm happy. Bin 'em. That's a quick decision. I can't actually tell what this picture. Oh, caroling.
Christmas caroling. Oh, I'd love to reinvent that. I was just like,
I know what you mean.
I was walking around the cart once, saw a bunch of Christmas carolers, and it put a massive lump in my throat, and I started crying. So I really like it.
I really like caroling, and when they've got that like the range and everyone's harmonising, it's beautiful. The one thing that always sticks out to me is when I was young, 3 kids knocked on the door with their like shot jackets and their night shots, like the trainers, and they're literally like, jingle bells, like just going door to door trying to get some cash.
Give them it. I'd be like, keep singing, and I am gonna give you a $5, but I want to hear 3 songs. Go.
Like, I just remember being like, I ain't got any money. I'm on my own. I'm like 13. I ain't got cash for you. 3.
Yeah.
They were like 17. Like,
didn't join them and like harmonise them. Like,
there wasn't a Christmas hat in sight. It was just like hoods up, looking down, like hand out, like. It was insane. But that's my other question. How long do you let someone sing for if you haven't got any way to give them, if you haven't got any money to give? And is it acceptable to give stuff other than food? Other than money? Clearly I'm thinking, can I give them food?
Yeah, I think it is acceptable to give them food, chocolate, anything that you've got.
And you like open the biscuit tin and be like
the trick or treating of the Christmas period, isn't it? But
I don't think you can trick carolers, can you? You can be like, I don't know.
It's the gesture. They've come and sung on your doorstep. You haven't asked them to, and then you're like, oh my goodness, please, like, do you want a biscuit? If they don't, they don't.
Okay, you've just moved in. There's absolutely nothing in your house. Carolers turn up. There's about 7 of them. There's children. It's cold. They're about to start singing. You know you've got nothing for them. What do you do? Do you let them finish? Or do you say, like, before?
I really don't know. I just be like, because like you say, do you like interrupt? Like, sorry guys, like just get the big red button out and just go, and shut the door. To be honest, it depends what mood. If they caught me in a mood, I might just be like, I've only just moved in tonight, and just slam the door. Like, look, that needed to end.
Go for the abrasive approach. I like it.
Well, this is Christmas Carolers has just got too much debatable stuff to go near the top.
I agree. I think it's kind of a middle of the. Like, improvements can be made. Better songs.
I feel like it's better than Snowmen, though.
It is better than Snowmen.
Yeah.
It doesn't get cold. Or you can enjoy it in the warm.
Yeah. And Kat saying she hates candy canes as well. I hate candy. I don't know whether this is on there. Christmas card writing.
That is literally the next one.
Oh well. How perfect. Unless Kat's seen it and she's like thingy in her head, because that is the one that I gave up. That is my tradition. That I still feel guilty about it in a way, because I know that people like my granddad really enjoy getting Christmas cards, and it is a dying tradition. But I find it quite stressful. I always make mistakes when I'm writing them anyway. I forget people. All these reasons. So for the last, 5 years or something, I've donated to a charity of my chosen choice, or like any instead. So I've found a Christmas cause and then plonked like 50 quid in that and been like, right.
What is this cause? Because I feel like we can get people involved.
Well, the last few years it's been Crisis, and this year they're doing a stocking, fill your own stocking kind of thing. So I'm definitely going to do that. So if there's a few of you watching, have a quick look at this little creative virtual stocking. I want to know what you want me to put in there. I think we get to choose. I think there's the choice of, I'll scroll down, does it say it?
So entertainment.
Okay, yeah.
Toiletries £5. Toiletries is £8. Mobile phone top up £10. This is really cool. Warm essentials £10. Clothing kit £20. So rather than have like a bracket of which you can donate to, you can customize to whatever your
look, and then it's at the bottom, total donation. So usually their Christmas dinner, I think for the last few years, has been about 60 quid, and that was like Christmas dinner, couple of nights stay, a full health check, and then, you know, trying to rehabilitate. So this year I'm going to do the stocking thing because I just like the idea of being able to pick and choose what goes in there.
That's really fun.
So put your comments in the chat. What do you think I should pick?
What should go on?
What should definitely go on? Because I might just end up putting it all in there anyway.
That's wicked. We could make it a joint, different.
Yeah,
submission.
From the podcast from us.
I'm down.
Yeah, excellent.
And it helps people like Michelle's story. She says, I was sleeping rough for 6 months, but my first day at crisis helped me feel safe. It was like a weight had been lifted. Now I can focus on my future. We are all,
they reckon, three missed pay days off becoming homeless. But then when I did the research, it's actually far less than that. It's like most people haven't got savings, so it'd be more realistic that after the first missed paycheck, you would start to go into decline in terms of missing your rent payments. So actually, it's way sooner than that we're 3 months away from becoming homeless ourselves. Yeah. So we've definitely got to forget that stigma of, well, that it was their decision or it was their choices. It's like, actually, one little error and one little slip up can kind of cause this snowball effect.
And that error isn't necessarily something you could have prevented. It could be
it can be a divorce. It can be, you know, somehow being split up from your family.
The current cost of living crisis is putting many at risk. And these things here, if you don't have these essential items, you can't build on anything else in your life. And that's what hits me when she says, now I can think about my future. Because without any of this, you're living day to day, and it's not mindful at all in that sense. It's a nightmare.
Yeah. It's things like even haircuts, you know, feeling human. So a couple of years ago, it was always my dream to actually work on Christmas Day and volunteer actually hands-on, and I got to do that. I think it was 2 years ago now. Gosh, time goes so fast.
It's really cool.
And it was great. I really, really enjoyed it. And it was like, just finding out that this whole community of people, I was like pushing this trolley of like loads of food and everything that we'd collected with a couple of the guys that I'd met, and they were like, oh yeah, we're all sleeping in this big abandoned building. There was this like whole community of people, and there was people that hadn't come along to collect dinners, but they'd come along and been like, look, we've got people back at the, you know, where we're staying and stuff like that. And it was like, you know, coming to the end of the day, and it's like, yeah, of course, you know, like, let's take it. And I was like, it was kind of like going behind the scenes, and it made me feel like just sad that there was so much positivity. It was almost like there was more positivity going on there because they've got nothing, I suppose, than there is, you know, where seemingly everybody's needs are met. So
yeah, it's quite a frustrating reality, isn't it? The people that have less give more, and there is a lot more community.
And live more, give and live more.
Definitely. A lot more trust and community in people that have less as well. So no one's fearing about what they're going to have taken off them.
So have we been in Christmas card writing? Then how do you feel about it? Do you write Christmas cards?
Do you know what? I kind of enjoy your tradition. I like that you've adopted that, and I wish I was strong enough to do it. So yeah, I'm going to put it in the bin. I'm done with it. However, I am still feel like if I turned up to certain people and didn't have a card, I'd be like, I'm so sorry.
The thing is, we could always go behind the sustainability thing as well.
Do you know what? It helps me out. I don't have to get you a card.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the, you know, it just like makes it, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there is certain people that I don't have to give a card. You've made me think like, it doesn't have to be as like, you know, the milkman, all these different people, just like, okay. Home Alone, the film. It's a huge Christmas tradition. I'm going to be honest, it wasn't one that I actually grew up with. And I know people are going to be like,
I'm not a massive film fan anyway. I've seen it. It made me chuckle. Would I want to watch it again? Probably not.
Like maybe people with kids shout out, like, is this like something you do better with kids? Like, is this something you and like, my partner would disagree with so highly as well. He loves Home Alone. And I can't stand that style of film.
Yeah, that kind of stupid humour almost, where it's kind of frustrating to watch. Just like, oh, just get on.
Yeah, just unreal. So I'm not going to put it in the bin. I'm sure there's plenty of kids and family and nostalgia's there for people, but it's not going high. I'm saying...
Yeah, put it with snowmen.
With snowmen.
It's that, kind of love it
where it's staying.
Or hate it thing.
Gifts. Giving and receiving.
My only bugbear with it is having to shop on a budget. I wish I could just go in a store and think, oh, Steph would love that, instead of, oh, is that in my range of budget? And then having to shop within that budget and try and find the best thing for that money. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what stresses me out about it. I absolutely love giving to people. Absolutely love it. And, you know, who doesn't like opening a present, surely? But
Well, yeah, that dopamine.
yeah.
What is it?
I don't really like opening presents in front of people, but
Do you really?
not really. Just again, it's the expectation and the pressure. You know, right from when I was a kid, it's like, oh God, it's so cringe. I'd rather just be like, thanks, and put it to one side. But,
Am I reacting hard enough?
yeah,
Like, is this acceptable?
yeah. But then as I've got older, I've understood why I don't like it. But and Kat will always make us exchange presents and open them early. So it's like she'll be like, I remember when I used to say, oh, I really don't like opening presents in front of you. She's like, I don't care.
Open it now.
Yeah. So
I know what you mean. You kind of go through things, and like, especially when it's like a birthday or like you exchange Christmas gifts at a different time, because you can be like, one person's opening presents, the other one's just looking, and the person looking's like, I don't want to look like I'm like, are you reacting? Like trying to look for every movement, and I also don't want to be one that's like, "Oh, can I just?
hey, Jay.
So I appreciate that. Open it in private. Hey, Jay.
We are literally talking about Christmas traditions and whether we like them or not.
Gifting right now, I feel like it's quite an easy one, but again, it can't hit there because
supreme.
we're poor.
Yeah, that's the thing. Gifting would be supreme if we had an unlimited budget and if everyone would turn their backs while we open the presents.
100%. And if anyone's struggling about understanding what is good gifting,
Yeah, because
there is an amazing video, Rules of Gifting, by Van Neistat. He literally goes through, like, you know, not expense isn't always something someone can manage. So there's like a trifecta or thing I think that he goes through.
yeah,
And it's like, have you watched it?
not watched it. I think I seen a visual that somebody had shared, and it was like, is it useful? Is it? It was like it had all these pointers, kind of thing.
It was like sentimental and homemade, and then expensive. And these, like, it doesn't have to be any more than one of these things.
Nice.
And you can kind of mix two into it, always making like a personalized. So like if something's like from a certain memory or something like that, that's way more valuable.
The thing is, as well, I've tried that, the whole budget Christmas, in terms of, because I'm quite creative, I can make this, I can make that, but then it just adds to the pressure of now I've got to make these things in time for Christmas, not just buy something. And it's like, yeah, there's a lot that's more just to do with the position that we're in, that it's a bugbear. It's not.
I know what you mean.
Thing itself.
You must get the same as like, oh, I could write them a poem. Then you're like, wait a second, that means I'm writing loads of poems already. Like I've already got all these different. I do the same. Like, oh, I'll draw them a picture, and it's like, oh, I've got like 12 pictures to draw in 3 days. Like, it's just unrealistic. So, because it's good. That's what I'd argue.
Yeah, I think so. But it's not perfect. It's not supreme. Not yet. Maybe one day it will be.
100%. So we've already kind of mentioned this, decorating. You're not into it.
Well, I'll be honest, like a little bit. I like lights, fairy lights I'm with. So it's like, I don't mind adding those to the room. So for me, it's a love-hate relationship, because I do like it and I like how it makes me feel. But then it's, I suppose there's got to be a limit. Like,
I see what you mean. No, totally.
and also, I'm a take 'em down on New Year's Eve kind of person. I like to start the year fresh with Christmas behind me. Whereas Lee was saying, no, like, it's the 12 days, like he was saying about the 12 days after Christmas or something like that. There was some kind of length of time that he wanted to leave it up for.
Okay.
And I was like, you know, I want it down and out the way, gone.
You're so my mum.
Not a no, but then it's like you're already starting the new year with a to-do list. You've got to take the decks down. You know, it's like, why would you want to start the year like that?
I feel like people normally start the year with a clean anyway, and I feel like it kind of sets that new tone. I don't know, setting out the old and bringing in the new
I'm
stuff
sure
again.
I've spotted as well that this year begins on a Monday, and that just makes me so incredibly happy.
Wow, the alignment.
Yeah, it's just like,
Feels nice.
yeah,
Tastes nice.
I'm sure it does.
I like that.
Yeah.
So where you putting it? I will happily let you decide on this one because for me, it is A. Again, it doesn't go to S because I ain't got the money to make it perfect. And I'm a little bit of a control freak.
Be with it going with A. You know, it's just I like them. I do like them. I just think I could say that it's overrated now and again. That's
You like them as much as you like advent calendars.
yeah, definitely. What's the other one? What have we put in?
Caroling.
Gifts.
Gifts.
Yeah,
Same as gifts.
I don't know. Maybe more same as advent calendars. If
I think
it's a bit between those two, yeah.
Okay. Leaving Santa cookies and milk. I don't have kids, so I don't bother.
Obviously, I used to love doing that as a kid, but then you'd get to a certain age when you knew that your dad were just going to eat it.
That gave away who Santa was very early when I realised that he drinks exactly the same as my mum. That weird.
I got Kat saying decorations, everything down after Boxing Day. Yeah.
Strict rules with it. I understand. You know, people have their ways, and that's the beauty of these traditions. You don't have to stick to what someone else's house's rules are.
I wonder if any of my students are still tuned in, especially if they've got younger siblings. I bet it might be a tradition that they still do, like leaving out food and drink for Santa. Is it still something that's done? Because remember that craze of the plates, and it was like the carrot. There was a shape of a carrot, and it said Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Cat likes it. Definitely a good tradition. Mince pie and port for Santa. Oh, port.
Ooh.
Or sherry.
Ooh.
God, I used to love port. I forgot all about that drink.
Only when you add blue WKD and make your cheeky Vimto.
Cheeky Vimto as well.
Just shows that I drank at the Amber Rooms. I drank at Weatherspoons a lot.
Sold in Mega High. Mega Love.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like this is on par with like gifting and not gifting, sorry, with decorating. When I have kids, it will move up, I'm sure. Yeah. And again, I'm same as Elf on the Shelf. I've never done it, and I'm kind of thankful I don't have to do that every night. That's not another thing on my list.
What that is, Elf on the Shelf.
That's Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah, I really don't rate that at all.
Why don't you rate that?
Because I just think like, what a load of nonsense. It's like another expenditure. Have you seen all the clothes you can buy for them, all the accessories?
Oh right,
you know,
it's become like
capitalism at its finest, Steph. That's what it is. And it's like
enough of that.
It's yet again another competition that poor parents feel the pressure to get involved in. You know, another
haven't got the time. They've got running 3 jobs.
I just think, and then it's almost like they must feel like as well when other parents are like, "Oh, do you do Elf on the Shelf?" And they're like, "No," like, "Oh, you horrible, horrible mother! What do you mean you don't do Elf?" There must be a pressure to do Elf on the Shelf.
What do you mean you don't make it look like an elf ate the cat food? Like, what is happening? What is happening? And it really shows, like, some people go really creative with it.
Well, I do, yeah.
And it's like
at the first year or whatever, I really enjoyed seeing the creative pictures. But you notice how that nobody is sharing pictures anymore because everybody is so done with it and wishing it had never started.
Hey, Elf on the Shelf, definitely no response. Okay, so, I mean, are we putting it in the bin then? Because I've just heard a mum say no to Elf on the Shelf.
I think every mum out there would be so thankful if we could just reverse time and get rid of Elf on the Shelf.
It's going in. It's going in. It's a big craze, but it's going in.
Let us know.
Christmas cake. I'm not going to lie. Bin it.
Oh, Jay's just said about leaving out. So Kat's saying that it's more for the dads to eat the cake and drink the port or the milk. But Jay reckons him and his little brother just eat them after. So they leave them out and then go back to it and eat them. Poor Santa.
How can you be sure Santa's going to come if he's...
Well, they obviously realise Santa still comes, but he must be walking away from there with an empty tummy.
And just if I'm leaving a plate of food, walking away from it, and then coming back to it later to eat it, like
This is you that eats the chocolate calendars.
Yeah, it's not making sense. It's not adding up. I get that it's festive to some people. I don't get it.
Yep. Mr. Bucket. Hello, Mr. Bucket.
Hello, Mr. Bucket. Bouquet.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Bouquet. Right.
Yeah.
Next one.
Christmas cake. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm not a Christmas cake
It's
fan.
going in the bin.
all.
Stop putting alcohol in food.
Cat, hate Christmas cake. Yes, chocolate cake. Yeah.
Yes to chocolate log. That Yuletide log. Give it to me. Gingerbread houses. I love them. They're going up with. They are presents. They are food. They are arts and crafts.
Are they even supreme? Because this is food. This is gingerbread. This is making something. This is getting to eat your creation. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is like got all the elements of.
If it looks like crap, even if it looks like the Wizard of Oz house that just came crashing down and bits are just falling off of it, like,
Yeah,
it's still gonna taste.
I'm not talking
like a
about
gingerbread
being
house.
thing. I'm talking about the excuse to eat loads of gingerbread with icing and like, oh, I need all these sweets to create flowers around my house.
Yeah.
Oh, don't I need all these?
When else, as a 31-year-old woman, am I accepted to just eat all that sugar in one go? So I'm allowing it. Hot chocolates, I'm not going to lie, they're kind of my jam this time of year.
I love hot chocolate. I love chocolate. I'm a chocolate fan.
Am I gross to be putting this in S tier because it's just another food item? I love the
You can
chocolate.
add whipped cream. You can add. You can even add alcohol if you was an alcohol drinker. So you know.
You can dunk your gingerbread house in it.
Yeah. When I went to the Christmas market last year, I had a rum hot chocolate. Oh my goodness, well nice.
I don't generally like alcohol in stuff, but drinks, I've never really thought about hot drinks. I like mulled wine. Maybe I need to try it. Maybe that'll be the next. There'll be a Vlogmas. Wintry drinks. Tomorrow night, wintry drinks, girls.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, Kat's just said that she loves gingerbread houses. It's creative and fun.
going there.
Tomorrow night, Kat.
To the ladies,
Yes, we'll be getting
different
our team
ladies
together.
group. I invite you for a Christmas get together, so I can film you all for content. Letters to Santa. I'm not gonna lie, I love this. Any encouragement for kids to write, I'm there.
Certainly. I mean, I used to do it every year. Letters to I think, you know, you'd get one back sometimes, wouldn't you? From there's different initiatives where they send a letter back.
I'd write them at school, and then
That'd be the end.
someone would be like, "Take that home to your mum," and my mum would be like, "Okay," and then
Then you find it in January.
yeah, she doesn't.
One of my students said that like to me the other day. We was chatting about letters to Santa, and she went, "Yeah, it's all good until you find it after Christmas." I was like, and her mum and dad are like quite ADHD, and it really made me giggle because I was
There you go.
they just put it to one side, not thought about it, and then she came across it in January. That was her Santa dream.
Parents, when you get your letter for Santa, after you've passed it to Santa, burn it. Literally, no evidence. Breaking Bad style, just never existed.
So it's not supreme because there's flaws.
There's flaws, but it is a good one. I feel like
Is it as good as gifting? I think it is better than calendars and cookies and milk.
it is.
Yeah, the
It
letter's
is.
better than
It is. You're right.
Yeah.
Visiting Santa. Santa's grotto. Sitting on Santa's.
Do you know, in this day
Warm
and
lap.
age, that's the trouble, innit? When I was young, yeah, fair enough. But even then, it was probably
Yeah.
sinister.
There's two professions in this world that I question. Why do you want that job? One is traffic warden, like the parking fine people.
I don't think they want it, though. Remember Banu ended up as that. She went into the police force, and that was what she was pushed into doing.
I was told about a man today who quit his lovely job at Tesco's, which I'm not saying was like perfect, but he got rid of that job to be a traffic warden, and he had to quit 6 months later because of the abuse that he takes on a daily basis. Even people just driving past, nothing to do with it, they're like, and I'm like, yeah, dude, why do you want to be that job? Like, I feel sorry. It used to be a police job, didn't it? And it's not anymore. But yeah, I feel like Santa is another one. You can be a sweet old man, of course you can. I'm not saying they all are.
What do you think? I've got my students having an argument in the chat because one's just revealed the other one's identity. But I'm glad that you're here. I'm not going to shout out your name if you don't want me to. But welcome. Don't leave. And do you think visits to Santa should exist still? That's what I want to know. What other ones have we got?
They've got
We're on-
mistletoe. I think that's cute.
I think that's cute. It's a cute tradition if you've had a crush on somebody, and because it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
if you dangled the mistletoe, then it's obviously trying to get a kiss. So I think
Ain't it?
it's quite a sweet way to.
But how much heartbreak is there when you're at a school disco and you're like, and then it never happens, and you're like, damn that fucking mistletoe. So it can't be.
Yeah, no, it's not up there, and it's a bit.
You know
cringe,
what?
I suppose.
It can go with caroling.
Yeah, it kind of does seem to sit right with caroling.
So charity, there's no question about it. Get your suggestions in the chat. What needs to go into the donation
Francis
box?
Stocking.
It's got to be S. There's nothing wrong with charity. You can't perfect charity any better, apart from socialism, where you wouldn't need charity. Just saying.
What about corrupt charities? We're just assuming that these are good charities.
Yes, like actual like crisis aid, actual like I'm not talking about these ones that are set up just to Christmassy spirit.
Yeah.
No crypto. No crypto charities. Secret Santa. I've never done it.
Have you not?
No.
See, again, I don't know. It's been cool in certain circumstances when I've worked in schools. There's a big staff room, there's 30 odd of you, and you're all doing Secret Santa. It's quite a nice way for every staff member to get a gift.
Yeah.
And that really is where you can go into some kind of quirky shop, pick a quirky present for a £10 or not put too much thought into it. Because it's like, it's meant to just be cool, isn't it? From Secret Santa,
yeah.
a joke or whatever. But then the thing that annoys me is when people make it their mission to work out who got each other. That really drives me mad. I'm like, it's a secret. Stop stop going around asking everybody who they got.
I get that when people ask magicians how they did a trick. I'm like, don't ask that, because it's not going to be fun once you find out. They're not actually magic.
Yeah.
Or are they?
She likes our headband. I'm really loving your festive content at the minute, mate. It's good to see you doing so well and looking so good. She was one of my students last year.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
But yeah, we love our headbands. This is from Steph, so I'm very, very grateful.
These are home bargain specials, girl. Get yourself some. Suffer some.
You heard it.
Okay, so you put it on there. I've never done it.
I think, don't know,
Is it as good as gifting? Because it's essentially gifting. But
no, because it can have so many pressures and so many downfalls. Maybe it needs changing, because people need rules where it's like, it is a secret. Stop asking everybody.
Okay.
And then the other thing as well is when friendship groups are like, oh, let's do Secret Santa. It's like, yeah, but I've already bought you all a present.
Okay.
So, and now you want to do Secret Santa as well. Oh, great. Now I've got to spend another £10.
There's a reason we do Secret Santa. It's to keep the cost down.
Meant to keep costs down. So there's still flaws because it doesn't always work.
Shout a letter out.
It's definitely better than Home Alone.
Okay.
And it's as good as Advent calendars. Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Awesome. Snow fights. I guess this is kind of the same as snowmen for you, really.
Yeah.
There's no question about
Probably
that.
even worse. Probably even worse than snowmen.
And then Christmas jumpers. If you missed the start, it's not a jumper, but in case you wanted to know my general mood right now.
Just putting up with it. It is very cool.
I'm just putting up with it. That's all I'm doing.
I don't overly rate the whole Christmas jumper thing, because again, it's like it's another cost and pressure, and everyone's got to buy a new one every year or whatever. But it's a charitable thing. They do Christmas jumper day. It's tomorrow, isn't it? Thursday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, actual Christmas jumper day is tomorrow. I'm sure it is.
I hope they accept Christmas t-shirts, because this is all I've got.
I've not got one. I've not got one. I was going to buy one. I've just, like I say, I can't get behind it that much. So yeah, you rate it.
Okay.
Let me have the last one.
I'm going to put it with mistletoe. I feel like some are ugly, and I guess that's the part of some, but it also offers charity, so
Yeah, fair one.
it's going to happen. Stockings.
I like stockings. I think it's got to be up there with gifting, isn't it?
I agree. It's kind of cute. Everyone's got their own one. It's like separate to the main. Eggnog. Never had it.
I've never had it.
You've never had eggnog?
No. Mate, we need to try eggnog next week. It sounds horrible. Is it alcoholic?
It's alcoholic, but I think you can have non-alcoholic versions.
Ugh, it sounds horrendous.
It's egg whites, isn't it? I don't understand. Egg whites and brandy or something. I don't know about that. Let's get it in the bin. Prejudice, like, I don't know anything about you, so you
I
must.
was literally just going to say that.
No.
It's like we're scared of it. Like,
Okay, it's there. And then what did we decide on paedophiles acting as I mean,
well,
Secret Santa.
I'd said, shall we get rid of Santa visits, and asked if any of the students what they thought. And I'm not sure that any of them were actually answering me, but the no there, I'm like, Jay, do you still like going to see Santa? Because I know him, and I think he's going to be like, no, I don't like going to see.
No, I do not.
Yeah. So
I agree.
yeah, shall we get rid of Santa visits, or
Do you think he needs to go in the bin? But I don't
Where's he
know.
gone?
He's there.
oh yeah, he's binned. We've binned Santa.
He's been. Get a family member to dress up as Santa, and
Yeah.
do it that way.
Yeah, our community, just do it as it is.
So that's us. We're gone over the time. We've like speed ran to the end of that. But I had fun. This was fun
Yeah.
and silly and,
And
matched my headwear.
I feel really excited for Christmas and really in the mood. And now I really want to get on with buying Christmas presents. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's a weekend.
100%. One of my worst things is leaving it to the last minute. But book like this, I can change all my habits by this time next year. So get yours. Order it on Amazon.
I'm going to give one of these away. So when this episode goes onto our YouTube, comment on the actual episode, and I will pick somebody from the comments at the start of next week's show, and we'll send you one of these books. So when this show ends, get commenting. You could win a copy of the Different Resolution, and we'll be doing this next year, so you can do it alongside of us.
Do it along with us. That'll be really fun. So thanks for doing this with us. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. It's been a pleasure. And this is Steph.
We're a different human design.
And this is a different podcast. Good night.
Good night.
Why is it like this? Instead of hate, it should be love, we invited.